Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Here on this channel I share with you some coins that are part of my collection and tell you what to look for in your very own collection. So this video is going to focus on the 1945 dime, and I'm going to read to you some information from the article treasurepursuits.com. It's a cool website that has a lot of articles about gold, coins, metal detecting, and other cool discoveries. So go check it out if you like this information. So let's get right into this video about the 1945 Mercury Dime. Now I've got one right here. 1945, special year for the Mercury Dime because it was the last year that this coin was produced. After 1945, starting 1946, they switched over to the Roosevelt Dime. Also, this coin is pretty special because it has a lot of varieties in it. There are 6 varieties that are outlined in the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die Varieties of United States Coins. So go check it out and we'll touch upon those errors later in the book. All right, later in the video, I mean, not in the book. You're not reading anything, but I will be. All right, so 1945 dime. The 1945 Mercury Dime is unique in the fact that it is the last year of production for the Mercury Dime series. This ended the 30-year production of arguably the nation's most beautiful dime. Check it out. I think it might be the nation's most beautiful dime. Not much competition there. Mercury Dime, Roosevelt Dime, Barber Dime. Not too many fancy dimes out there. Replacing the Mercury Dime in 1946 was the newly designed Roosevelt Dime. During 1945, the mint at Philadelphia claims to have struck 159,130,000 Mercury dimes. This mintage figure was common for most of the final years of production due to the increased demand for World War II economy. Like all other Mercury dimes, the 1944 Mercury dime features a composition made up of 90% silver, 10% copper. Physical properties include a weight of 2.5 grams and a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. So if I switch over to coinflation.com, the present value of that weight for silver is $1.23. So pretty valuable coin right here, just given that it's silver content alone. Now I'll flip it over for you and continue reading about this cool design. So let's talk about demand for the late century Mercury dimes. One of the most interesting things that appear when looking at the mintage for the entire Mercury Dime series is the extreme increase in production during the war years. Before the Second War broke out, the average mintage figure for Mercury dimes was somewhere around 30 million pieces. During the years of 1941 to 1945, this average drastically increased to about 175 million. Now I told you the mintage earlier for the Philadelphia mint was 159 million alone, so averaged about 175 million per year during the World War II years. This rapid increase in mintage could be attributed to the fact that more money was needed for the war effort. Despite rationing that happened, hard money was still in great demand by both customers and the government. Directors of the mint helped address the money shortage by increasing production to more than 5 times the original amount. So quite a lot of these were produced, making it kind of cool because it's a silver coin, but it's also obtainable for common collectors like me and you. We can, buy one of these on eBay without having to break the bank. So it's a pretty nice coin in that sense. All right, looking forward to the end of the Second World War. Production for the Roosevelt dime returned to normal years after World War II effort. Since so many Mercury dimes were minted in these years, many examples exist in both low and high condition. This one that you're looking at right here, definitely on the lower side of the condition. All right, valuing the 1945 Mercury dime. Although many examples still survive today, prices tend to be above silver value for most grades. Good to know. Only good 4 coins worth scrap silver pieces, which is currently, this website says $1.50, but I told you earlier that that's actually increased to about $1.23. Prices for uncirculated 1945 Mercury dimes begin to rise much faster than those that are circulated. That's because they're in much better condition and they're worth much more to coin collectors. Values start at $8 for a Mint State 60 example and jump to $11 for a Mint State 65 example. If you get higher and higher and higher, they'll be worth more and more and more. So I'll just skip over that kind of section there. It is estimated that 20,000 uncirculated 1945 Mercury Dimes still exist. Of these 20,000 examples, it's believed that 12,000 are of the mint state 65 condition or better. These estimates mean that prices for premium uncirculated 1945 Mercury Dimes still continue to stay depressed. So they're not worth too much more than like 11, 12 bucks. Mint state 65 might be worth around 70 to 100 bucks. All right, so that was the article summarizing kind of the information from that website. Again, if you want to go check it out, the name of that website is it's Treasure Pursuits, and the article is the 1945 Mercury Dime. So let's get a little bit of the Big D Coins commentary here to kind of add to what we just talked about from that website. The 1945 dime. So let's talk about the actual design itself. So on the obverse, which you're looking at right here, is the allegory of Liberty wearing a winged figrum cap, which is, the cap is known as the freedom of thought. That's what the cap kind of symbolizes. It's surrounded with the words liberty and accompanied with the motto, "In God we trust." So that is good to know. Now, many people call these the Mercury Dime and not the Winged Liberty Dime because people have associated this look right here with the, I believe it's a Greek god, Mercury. The Greek god Mercury is known for financial well-being, so it makes sense that that Greek god would appear on a coin. So now we're looking at the reverse. Now, what you see on the reverse is in the center right there, what's known as a fasces. A fasces is just a fancy word for a column, and it's got a olive branch around the outside of it. So the olive branch shows both the United States are preparing for the war and desire for peace. It is accompanied with the motto E pluribus unum. You can see that right down there. On my coin, unfortunately, it's not in great condition, and surrounded with fasces, with the face value, which is right there at the bottom, 1 dime, then the United States of America. Now, what would really make this coin valuable is if you can see what's called the full bands. So there are bands that are going across right here, top, middle, and bottom. Now, if you can see those in great condition, that's really going to jack up the price of your Mercury Dime, because those right here, right here, right here, and right here are the high points of the dime. So those are going to be the first areas that fade out the most. Another cool feature that people might not realize is that symbol right there is actually an axe. Bet people didn't really know that. All right, we'll flip it back to the obverse of the coin. I'll point out some other cool stuff about this coin. That right there is a W. That W is for the designer of the coin, the engraver of the coin, Adolf Alexander Weinman. So that W is for his last name. We see In God We Trust, 1945. The Winged Liberty, also known as Mercury. So this is the last year that it was produced. A very cool coin here. All right, now if you're into coin collecting, please do check out some of the other videos on my channel. My recent videos include the 1982 quarter, rare Canadian pennies, 1972 penny, 1961, 62, 63, 64 silver Roosevelt dimes, 61 quarter, 1940 penny, 1964 nickel, and 2017 effigy mounds quarter. So in all of those videos, I kind of highlight some cool features about those coins, tell you how they're actually they could be a lot more rare and valuable than you might not realize. All right, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're into coin collecting, please do check out some of the other videos on my channel. Take care, everyone. Best of luck coin collecting, and enjoy.